All right, thanks everyone. So my name is Lauren, and I am the coordinator for the Business and Computer Technologies Division here at WCC, and I'll be the moderator for today's event. Again, housekeeping, we're on 4 of 4. So for a lot of people, you've been asking about, are these going to be posted to our YouTube channel? Yes, they are, and I actually have a link coming up that I will include in chat. And then I'm going to send out this link to you in a follow-up email. And it's just to the playlist. So right now we have the first 2 webinars there, and then we will have the second 2 coming up within the next week or so. So today's agenda, we're going to have kind of a short 10-minute presentation by Logan, who is a former WCC student and kind of a serial entrepreneur from what I'm hearing from Anthony, so I'm really excited about that. Then we're going to be turning it over to you guys. So any questions, comments, any ideas that you have, we really want to explore them and see what we can do to give you resources and steps to pursue going forward from this session. So I have some questions and business ideas from the registration process. You may have noticed that I also sent out an email yesterday asking for your business ideas, and that's just to get the ball rolling, so we have a lot to talk about today. But I do want to let you know, during this time, please feel free to unmute yourself. We want as much participation as we can get. Then at the end, we'll have a follow-up kind of Q&A wrap-up of the session and any enrollment services questions that you may have about WCC. Again, here is the YouTube playlist. Don't worry about trying to copy that long link. I will put it into chat. And then again, I'm going to send that out to you in a follow-up email after this webinar. For more information about webinars that are happening just across WCC campus or in our area, please reach out to me. Again, my name is Lauren Ward, and my email is lcward@wccnet.edu. If you have business-specific questions, please reach out to the Entrepreneurship Center at entrepreneurship@wccnet.edu, and we'll put that in chat too so that you don't have to worry about copying anything down. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our speaker today. We'll turn it over to Anthony.
Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Hope all is well. Well, okay, I got some thumbs up out there. In my class, you know how to do the thumbs up and put it in the chat, so I want to hear that as well. But I'm really excited about today's session because this is almost like a homegrown talent, you know, and I want to feel like I'm a part of this and I help this happen, you know, between me, the entrepreneurship classes, the Entrepreneurship Center, and Washtenaw Community College. This young man, you know, when I first met him, he showed the enthusiasm in my class. And what he did is catapult what we did in Entrepreneurship 1 all the way through the 3. And he also utilized the resources from the contacts at Washtenaw, utilizing the Entrepreneurship Center. And from there, within a year, this guy has really, he changed the game. And he made me realize some things that, what the capabilities of the program and what the things are that we can do for individuals in terms of being an entrepreneur and becoming an entrepreneur. So I don't want to steal all his thunder or whatever, but I'm really proud of him. And I've seen some of the things that he's put out there and some of the things I wouldn't even imagine that I have to get caught up on now. And he's helping me as an instructor to help you guys. So with that introduction, I'm going to introduce Logan, and he will talk more and give you more of a background of where he started and where he's at today. And like I said, this is all within a year that he has accomplished these things. So Logan, I don't want to hold up and take anything else. You can talk to the students, and he's a young guy too. So you go from there, and I'll let you tell your story.
Thank you, Mr. Terry. I appreciate all the kind words and like all the help from WCC and the classes and all that. So I just wanted to say that off the bat. But yeah, I've been having one of the craziest years throughout, you know, we got COVID and all that going on, and there's still opportunities out there. But I started at WCC on the business pathway about a year ago, So 2019, I hopped into the entrepreneurship classes and that pathway. I was under Mr. Terry for a lot of my classes, and he helped me out a ton. And like he said, like he changed my brain around too, from, you know, just coming to school, sitting through classes. Like I started to become way more engaged because I started to see more opportunities based on what I was hearing from him and a lot of the other students. But I have a couple of things going for me. So I have a CBD company that I run. I work with a lot of chiropractors, local farmer places, and I do a lot of like e-commerce. And the farmers markets are really nice because a lot of them are family owned, so you can build really good relationships with people. And that's kind of like how my sales strategy has gone, has always just been like a word of mouth, you know, make really good relationships, because like if you care about your customer at the end of the day more than anything, that's the best way to retain them, right? Is to just care about them, you know, like they're a family member, like they're a friend. So that's something that I've done, is I built my CBD company, and I want to branch it out into more of a health and wellness thing, like more of a health and wellness business. So that's what I've been really happy with. Been working a lot with influencers, like influencer marketing is really popular. So that's my main thing that I got going, and I love just helping people that way when I can. So the program really helped me out with that too, and I got to meet a lot of cool people in my classes that had a lot of similar ideas. And then I have a YouTube channel. I have about 1,700 subscribers on YouTube, and I do a lot of stock market, just like technical analysis, and I do like a nightly watch list. And what's cool is because you can make income on YouTube once you have a certain amount of requirements made. And it's great too because it's what's known as passive income. So you can make content. And that's Gary Vee. He's really one of my big inspirations, Gary Vaynerchuk, for anybody who doesn't know. You should watch some of his stuff, but he's a really big inspiration to me. And he always said that if you can just create content, you know, if you could create one piece of content and a lot of people really vibe with it and find value, you know, you could monetize it, but also just gain a really good following behind you. And if you're able to do that, whether you're personal branding, like my YouTube channel is Logan Ladge, and it's just my name, and shorten the last name a little bit just for easy, you know, just for ease. And it's just been really awesome because now when people talk to you or anything that you do, I built like a Discord community around it, and people in the comments and more interaction. And that just gives people, it makes it feel like you know them in real life too. You know, if you can just create good content and connect with them. And then on the revenue side too, you know, like the extra fun on top is just, you know, advertisers run a lot of ads through Google. And with Google AdSense, that's how you're able to get paid. And there's a big range of ways to get paid on YouTube. But I know that YouTube gets watched more than cable television does these days. So it's really like a platform for you to grow yourself. And I love YouTube. I use it multiple times a day. And it's just a really cool platform to see like a way for you to connect with people. So those are like my two main things that I've been able to focus on. And what's cool is when you're able to focus on working in your business, like on my CBD stuff, where I do all of the like operations, all the groundwork, the footwork, and sales and everything like that, you can have something going on in the background for you, which is just cool, you know, to check your AdSense and know you have multiple things going. So then you're not too stressed out or worried about one particular direction or path that you take, because there's so many opportunities out there. It's crazy how much I'll just be driving in my car and see like a for sale sign on a store or anything. And I'm just like, man, imagine being in a perfect position to pursue that or stuff like that. So that's just how my brain has been able to work with it within this past year. But I think that's where Mr. Terry really helped me out a lot, was just, he just kept it really fun for me, you know, because when you're on the entrepreneurship path, you do everything or a lot of things yourself. So you also get the good and the bad, right? If something goes wrong, you're the one that someone goes to, right? Whether you're a consultant or even if you're like a carpenter, you know, it's not the worker's fault. It's your, at the end of the day, you know, it's your business, it's your responsibility. So that's another thing too, that like when it gets tough, you know, there's always that's what Mr. Terry was always able to help me out with, was it just cleared the ways, because he just kind of showed me too that, hey, when it gets tough, like that's part of the game. It's part of that pathway that you chose. And I definitely would agree with that heavily. So it's just been, being able to build that, and I with the YouTube and with Great Lakes Wellness has just been really crazy. And you can really see growth over time, and just looking at the long term when it comes to entrepreneurship. It's like, where will I be in 5 years, instead of, how much money am I going to make this week, or how much can I grow my business this week? It's more just like, where do you see yourself when you're 25, 30, 35? And if you look at the long game, it'll keep you from getting upset and stuck when you're in the moment. So though that's been like one of the craziest things that I've had to kind of figure out over the course of this year, was to stop looking at everything like for its face value today, and kind of where you can set yourself up for it and be. So that's what's been really cool.
Thank you, Logan. And that's a perfect segue. We're gonna get to this later for everyone out there. So we talk about having resources, and we talk about our businesses and potential businesses that we're trying to do. We have now an opportunity to chat and talk about our businesses, and touch on Logan, touch on Corey, Kristen. We got a lot of people here that you can bounce your businesses off of later on to see what pathway you need to go into. So when we talk about this conversation we're going to have today, make sure you keep in mind that people are here right now in terms of resources to help you take the next step. Because Logan has started and did these things. Corey has helped long-term, and he's going to introduce himself in a minute. So we got people here now that you can discuss your business with, and where you're stuck at, or where you need to start or go to. So this is a great opportunity for everyone out there to share their business, their ideals, and try to capture some things that they don't understand, or what they should be doing in terms of their next step. So I just want to put that out there for our conversation and our Q&A. Don't be afraid, because if you're afraid now, you're going to be afraid to start a business. So this is a good opportunity for you to talk and have that conversation with us today. So that being said, Lauren, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Awesome. So as Anthony touched on, we have kind of a great panel of experts, all in different fields, lined up here today to answer questions, but also, again, just bounce those ideas off of. So I'm going to introduce them right now. So some of them we're already very familiar with, because if you've been with us for the last few sessions, they've been an integral part of giving you all the resources that are available here at WCC. So we have Kristen, Claire, and Tia, who will introduce themselves next.
Hi, thank you, Lauren. I'm Kristen Gapsky. I'm the director of the Entrepreneurship Center. I ran a business for 15 years, and it was importing. I did importing from overseas of home goods, home products, and then did wholesale distribution to gift stores, department stores, museum stores. Did that for 15 years, and then I sold my business. So if there's anybody with questions about those types of topics, I'm here for that. But of course, we have Entrepreneurship Center resources. We had slideshows in the last 3 sessions of this before this week. So thank you for people who've come back. Thank you for the people who it's your first time. We appreciate you coming today. And we can send you those slideshows if you want more links and resources. So Lauren's got all of that. Or you can contact us and we'll throw our information into the chat. So I want to introduce Claire Abraham. She's one of our coordinators.
Thanks, Kristen. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire, and like Kristen said, I'm a coordinator at our Entrepreneurship Center, and I've been in the center a little over 5 years now, and have had the pleasure of talking with so many amazing aspiring entrepreneurs and current business owners, talking about all kinds of different questions and resource needs. So if you contact us and need some personal support in asking questions, you will either talk with myself or my colleague, Erin, who you might have met on a previous webinar. So I am happy to help support you in your journey. My background is in library and information science, and I really enjoy helping people finding the information they need. And with that research process, I'm really passionate about that. And I will introduce next our assistant Tia Bean.
Hello, everyone. I've been with the Entrepreneurship Center for about 6 months now. I started, thankfully, right before everything hit with COVID. I have a background in entrepreneurship. I studied at Eastern with that, and also have my bachelor's in apparel, textile, and merchandising program with them. I came back to Washtenaw, and now I'm working on my human resources certificate, and I am an aspiring entrepreneur. I plan on having an online plus-size clothing store, so I'm here to help with anything that I have learned along the way. And thank you, Lauren.
Yes, thank you. And then we've got one final panelist today. We've got Corey from the SBDC. Corey, if you'd like to introduce yourself really quick.
Sure. I am a business consultant with the Michigan Small Business Development Center. I have been around the entrepreneurial ecospace since about 2008. As far as background goes, I started out in retail. Well, actually Kool-Aid stands, but retail sounds a lot better. Started out in retail. I was a certified lawn and garden specialist, moved into manufacturing, which is my primary background. Then I did micro lending in the city of Detroit. I have taught entrepreneurship. I am part-time faculty with amazing people like Anthony. I also saw Doug Waters. I want to give him a shout out too on the call, and the amazing, amazing people at the Entrepreneurship Center. I can't give them enough credit. Lauren?
Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Corey. All right, so now we are opening it up to anyone that wants to speak. So it looks like we have a comment from James. James, if you want to unmute yourself as well and kind of talk about the tortilla and salsa business.
Yes, we have found, we had a restaurant, catering business, and 2 hot dog carts in Hawaii. And so when we moved here to Michigan, for family reasons, we eat a lot of Mexican food because, of course, the husband's Mexican, so we eat a lot of Mexican food. We have found that there are no places around here to get homemade tortillas. Surprise, surprise, because there's a ton of Mexican restaurants, and we have a Little Mercado right down the road from us here in Ypsilanti, and they do not even make their own. And so we decided, what the daylights? We make them at home all the time, so why not let's try this little venture. So right now we hired a marketing firm, and they said it'd be about 2 to 3 months, depending on COVID, to get all the information needed. And that's what phase we're in right now. We're gonna start really small. We're gonna do farmers markets, just like Logan had said. Farmers markets are wonderful because you get to meet a lot of people and do a lot of friendships, so to speak, and get the word out. And so that's what we're hoping for. We do have an eye on a for sale building right now. It's right by the Mexican Mercado, and we're hoping that we might just go ahead and buy it anyway, and just for the heck of it, so nobody else takes it away from us. And then we can always have it for something else too. So that's what we're in the phase of right now.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, James. Do you have any questions that you would like to throw at us? I love that, you know, you're starting small, but then have already these plans to escalate your business and to really make it something awesome. And it seems like there is such a huge market for tortillas. I didn't even know about that. So that is really cool. Yep. We also have several other people who are interested in food-based businesses. So that is something that we can probably get into a very long discussion about, and let's hope. So anyone else that's doing a food-based business, please let us know. Yes, Corey.
Really quick, I've heard farmers markets mentioned twice so far, and for those of you doing that, great place to start. I'm going to give a shout out to the Dixboro Farmers Market and Jason Gold. Yeah, there we go. Great guy to know, absolutely amazing person, great farmers market. If that's something you're looking to go into or possibly sell at a farmer's market, he's someone you need to know.
Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, so we also have Abduda, who is opening a Middle Eastern fast food restaurant. That sounds really cool. So where are you in the planning process of that? Are you just in the idea phase? Is there anything that we can help you with?
So yeah, I've developed a few ideas of how I'm going to do it. I'm probably gonna end up doing it like the same way possibly like Chipotle or Qdoba does it, you know, for Mexican, for like their burritos. So instead, we'll do it with like pita bread and make possibly, different kinds of shawarmas, and like whatever kind of shawarmas they like, either maybe in a rice bowl or, in a pita bread, and kind of go on that basis, hopefully.
Awesome, awesome.
Can I ask a question? Have you picked the location?
No, sir, not yet. We're actually still like hopefully trying to like, get all our patentings done and whatnot first, and and then hopefully find the location eventually.
Okay.
And Anthony, were you going to finish?
Nope, I'm finished. I was just curious because I was gonna come make sure I go and follow up with you. That's all.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add that if you haven't done market research yet, you can always connect to us and we can connect you to our librarians who do market research, because of course in location, you want to find out where to be. You can pinpoint down to blocks where might be the best location for you, and pinpoint your competition in the whole block, the town, the county, the state. And you want to do all that before you get started or as you're getting started. So let us know.
I think mainly if I am to open something like this, I'll probably open it somewhere where a lot of people from the Middle East are, probably like Dearborn or something, starting it off there, and then possibly like move it around, like once the business picks up, possibly go to different places and whatnot.
Yeah, that's great. And you could start that way, right? Start with a truck. Not that that's cheap or easy, but it's cheaper than a building, right?
Yeah, no, we actually have looked into, right. We actually also have looked into a truck. It is like much more cheaper, and there is also like we can also like make some profit off just doing a truck and whatnot. So it's like,
yeah, that's great. That's great to ease yourself into it instead of buying a building
right
away, or big rent, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I may add, because after this conference, I'm headed to Dearborn. Make sure we understand when we talk about location. Kristen talked about the research. Make sure you understand, because the competition is there.
Absolutely.
So you got to understand one of the things we talk about business, the uniqueness that you have. And I like your concept because you said fast food. It's a little bit different when you get food, Mediterranean food in Dearborn. It takes a little bit of time. So I like your concept, and it'll be a different approach. So I understand that as well. But as Kristen said, that research is vital in terms of competition, location, where you're going to be, to make sure you get that clientele.
Absolutely.
So we had a question in chat that I really want to quickly throw out there. Kim is asking if we can explain the differences between a DBA versus an LLC for a small business. And I know that we touched on that in previous webinars, but if we could really quickly touch on that again, I would appreciate it.
Ori, you got that one.
So really quickly, Kim, number one, I'm going to throw out there, we do a monthly webinar on that called Forming Your LLC or DBA, Do It Now, at the Small Business Development Center, hosted in a huge part with help from the Entrepreneurship Center. Really quickly, I'm going to tell you a DBA is filed at the county level and should be filed in every county you plan on doing business, which if you have an online business is going to be huge, right? LLC filed with the state level, and that is where you start to get your liability protection. Notice I said start to get. It is not a guarantee. There's other things we have to do in that process.
Thank you.
Awesome. So I have a question that I'm personally going to throw to Logan, and that is, how did you get into the CBD oil business? Like, how did you know that that was what you wanted to do?
Awesome. Thank you for the question. So I really liked so I'd sat down. I'm a huge fan of Elon Musk, and I read his book in 2018, and I've always wanted to start a business. And there's a way that he did it to where he found an industry to revolutionize, right? He did it with PayPal. He was the co-founder of PayPal, revolutionized transactions, especially online. He did it with SpaceX, like he's taken us to space. He did it with Tesla, taking gas cars to electric cars. So that's what I was like, I want to find an early, easy entry level, right? Because it was the first time I've ever given having a business a shot. So I wanted to find an entry level position of like, where can I start a business and not have to deal with either a super expensive startup cost, or where I have to hire a team of people, or have a ton of clients 24/7 needing me if I was doing, consulting or something like that, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I started it, because I saw that in the marijuana space that there's a CBD path in the marijuana space, and especially in the medicinal but also recreational, CBD became legal. So I was like, boom, it's such a nice, easy entry spot. I can talk to people. I agree more with like holistic ways to deal with a lot of things compared to taking like a lot of prescription stuff. I know there's side effects. So I always just wanted to get people more on a holistic side of things. And it just showed me like health and wellness, it's a huge market, and there's a lot of people who even just like to try it. I've had tons of people who say like, I don't have, or who will take it and say like, hey, it's not doing exactly what I thought, but it's actually helping me in this form or this area of my life. Maybe they were taking it for back pain, but their back still hurts, but now they sleep better. So that's what's really nice about it, is there's this big market for it. People are really open to trying health and wellness products. And I really never thought about it that way either. But just mainly I was so into it just because a low startup entry, it's in an industry that's kind of taking off and taking control. And there's a lot of big factors and steps into it. So it was just something to where I'd get excited when I would read an article that's starting to go viral, because it's something that's so new. And I think it's something that's going to stick around for a long time. So I just kind of looked at it in that way, like early startup, kind of ease into it, find something I'm passionate about, which is helping people in health and wellness, kind of steering them towards a more holistic side. And that's really just what helped me a lot in that path. And that's how I found my purpose when it came to CBD oil, and that's what's nice about the chiropractic niche and all these like local farmers and artisan spots. A lot of those people are completely self-employed, and they do holistic stuff. And farmers markets, that like those farmer market stops, those stores work with local farmers and local chefs and everything. So that's where it kind of opened it up for me. I was like, there is a market here. It's really niche, but it's also nice to kind of free up and meet new customers, free up time, do meet-ins and stuff like that. So that's what was really nice. And that's really what got me on that pathway. And I've just been loving it ever since.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
So before I just keep monopolizing Logan with questions, anyone else want to throw out their business ideas? We are here to help.
I have an idea.
Okay.
So what I want to do is it's a business in construction and environmental consulting, and focusing on like green building. So I'm still in school right now. But I still want to get started. So I figure I can start with small things like testing, radon testing, water sample testing, and then the Washtenaw County requires time of sale inspections to be performed on well and septic systems prior to the sale. So I can get a certification for that as well. And then like after I graduate and I have the proper certifications, I want to be a general builder who focuses on green building solutions, and do like be a registered sanitarian for the state of Michigan. So I would be able to design well and septic systems, as well as draw up site plans and soil erosion control plans.
Great idea.
Can I jump in? really quickly?
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's amazing. And what I like to hear from you, Ray and Logan, is that you're thinking about the big picture. Both of you seem to have those long-term visions, but you're starting here. Because we do sometimes get people, millennials, Gen Zers, and I hate to make it generational, but those generations obviously are more influenced by social media, right? And I hear sometimes people come in and say, I want to be a social media influencer, but they don't have anything, right? They don't have anything to influence on yet. Or they think they can jump in and get a huge, massive following. And you've got to do the groundwork. You've got to start with something that's manageable, that you can bite off and chew when you're in classes, you're a parent, you're got another full-time job, whatever it may be. And Ray, you said the radon testing, like starting with something that's maybe less equipment, less skills needed, maybe, you know, that what you're going to need down the line is very, very smart to kind of piece it together and add on to your services. And like you said, Logan, you saw the mountaintop, right, with Elon Musk, but and you can see yourself there, but you started here with something that's manageable, that's you can control and get into it. So that's wonderful. I mean, right there, that advice and modeling that, I think, as a beginning or starting entrepreneur is really, really essential.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, Corey.
Ray, do you have a mentor at this point?
No, I don't. I just kind of, I work for Washtenaw County right now, so I just kind of watch things that go on in my office, and I just kind of try to kind of set some goals for myself and make a plan. So no, I just kind of been trying to do this all on my own.
There's a company in Detroit called Walker Miller Energy. Carla Walker Miller is the CEO. Absolutely amazing woman, amazing company. And I would encourage you to reach out if you're in that environmental space. And of course, I'm going to say, if there's somebody who knows somebody in Washtenaw County, let's keep it home. But Walker Miller Energy is a fantastic company, fantastic woman.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Corey, could you put that in the chat so that Ray could just like pick it up and search for it? Be great. Awesome. Anyone else want, yes, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Mikola, do you have a business idea?
Yes, I've actually I'm already active business owner. So I was literally just listening to what you were talking about, about the starting at the bottom and then getting to the mountaintop. And I'm talking to the right person, right? Because I just totally lost everybody. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm on this.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm invisible. I mean, I can't see myself no more. Okay, hold on. Can y'all see? Wait, hold on.
We can see you.
Y'all can see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
All right.
That's crazy. I was doing stuff and y'all still can see me. Oh, that's messed up. I'm glad my hair was done. Okay.
You look great.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. I've been a business owner for years. I've been doing hair for over 20 years, about 20, 22 years. So I've already been actively, especially when this pandemic hit, and before then, you know, we've had recessions and all that stuff. So trying to start a business in between in years has been difficult, up and down, throughout the years because of economy. And I'm like 40 years old. Like I said, I've been doing hair since I was 12, but I've been actively, as I got older, with more wisdom and knowledge and going through these courses in which I've been able to actively engage with what I'm learning and putting it forward while I'm operating in it. So this is a real complicated one, okay? So, but I like what you were saying earlier about how, you, like, as far as the getting followers and stuff like that. Okay, so not only am I a cosmetologist, I have to add that part, I'm a tax preparer. So, and I've been doing that since 2016. So that's another part of my business that I keep. That's a part of my life. Like I use that as income. You know what I'm saying? Tax season every year. I'm part of the IRS. Boom. Okay, now, so that's a part of my business establishment. Okay, then this boutique I slid in that belongs to my daughter, my 1-year-old. I included that into the beauty, the cosmetology field. If that makes sense. So I'm working on an umbrella business, but now this is the big thing. The one main business that I've been working on, even coming through college, working with Dr. Michael Naylor through the years. He's the one who assisted me back in 2004. I did a concert, produced a concert for him. I worked for him pretty much. And so I had skills from Dr. Michael Naylor at the Morris Lawrence Building. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, but he helped get me involved with music production and like doing big concerts and booms and stuff. So I've actually just recently got access now to that platform. And so incorporating all of my business, long story short, all of my business under one umbrella and pulling all the other ones that I have included. But now the main one I'm focusing on now is the music one, because like I'm actually in the door now. Like my music is actually, you know what I'm saying, out there. So now I'm noticing I'm having to do a lot of, I've been learning in one of my other business classes about those hits. I've been having to do a lot of different, think about doing a lot of the, what is that? The community, where you hire out the community and they what do you call it?
Crowdfunding?
Crowdfunding. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to visualize it. Yes, crowdfunding and crowd sharing, and like I'm getting into that. Like I've been paying Facebook fees and like, but it's like I'm not feeling no pressure with it. Like it's like I'm just jumping into the stuff, like just whatever. And then I'm looking and like my views is going up 20,000. I'm like, whoa. So I just paid so for instance, like I paid like $140 for a 7-day campaign, but it was for different promotions. So it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? So I just need to know, all in a nutshell, what is your advice on, because what I'm doing is trying to, now I'm like, I done got smart with this at this point. I'm trying to learn more websites that I can interact with new people that I've never met before, looking into new apps so I can just bombard your new apps like, hey, hi. Okay, help. That's what I need, help. How would you start once you get into the music production business? Because like I said, now I'm officially on Pandora. I'm officially on Spotify. I'm officially on iHeartRadio. I'm on there. And when you look at my name, I'm the producer. I'm the publisher. I can do it right now while we sitting here. If I want to, I can publish a song right now. And it'll be nationwide. So I need to know what to do to get the
next level.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna take this one a little bit, if that's cool with you guys.
Yes.
All right, so I started running ads recently too for my music, and I can kind of give you a little pointers. But yeah, I have my music through DistroKid, so it's uploaded to all streaming platforms. And what I've found that works the best is this. I know you said you're running a promotion. You spent $140 for a 7-day campaign.
And more.
$20 a day. Yep, and more, right. So my best advice for that, no, it's awesome. That's seriously the way to do it. Facebook ads are great with Instagram and all that. So kind of look at like your monthly budget of what you want to spend a month on ads. And I would say start smaller and be more consistent. Like, let's say you only had 140. Now I'm just using this as an example because I don't know exactly, but I was just going to say, like, whatever your monthly budget is, kind of divide it by 30 days and do it consistently. Like I only spent $5 a day and it's enough to get new followers, new likes, new engagement, because that's what people are looking for is you know how many times it takes for someone to interact with your brand before they take action. So
Right.
one of the best things to do is, especially for music personally, so I target worldwide with my advertising, except I exclude a couple countries because there's some bots and spams and stuff. But you can target specific countries, go worldwide. And if I want to direct them to Spotify, what I do is I'll make a landing page, send them to Spotify, they click that link, Facebook charges me, it's a conversion campaign. So I would do a conversion campaign, make a landing page for whatever platform you want to send them to, whether it's Pandora, Spotify, anything like Apple Music. And then after that, it'll send them there. Then it gives them the chance to follow, listen to your songs, stream it, become a monthly listener. Because I mainly just focus on Spotify. So I target worldwide, and I target on Facebook interest. You go to just Spotify and then narrow your artist down to one person you think you sound like, or in your genre. So I do like lo-fi and lo-fi hip hop music. So I worked recently with B Keys is the artist name. He's toured with John Bellion, who's a super popular artist. And so I would target lo-fi hip hop music in a separate one, and just do kind of one interest per go. And so that's kind of my little take on Facebook ads. Run tests, you know, narrow down your audience and who's engaging more, whether Mexico or Spain or the US, you know.
The map that shows me where more of my listeners, this shit is crazy. Excuse my language.
You're good.
I'm sorry, but like I'm like for real.
You're
like,
excited.
I'm like watching my artists. I can see where my music pumping the most and where it's not pumping the most, and it's like, you know what I'm talking about. Spotify artists. Yep. Okay, so like what you were saying about the music ad. So that's the part that I was questioning about, because I learned that $140 was trial and error. That was like a total accident. I totally didn't mean to spend $140. Just happened to look up.
It's all good.
And I spent $140. And then so what I did this time, and then I see my number. I said, okay, hold on. I hurried up and went and linked my PayPal and everything. So then I went back and looked at it. I said, okay, so now this is what I see I got to do. So what I did was set a limit, like you said.
Yep,
and
daily limit.
Yeah, set a daily limit. And so now it's only, you know what I'm saying, short amounts or whatever, to where now, so basically what I'm doing is, like, how quick I got out there was like, it was crazy. It was so fast. So it didn't give me time to, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, build your following behind who saw it.
Exactly. So it's like I have been like already doing Facebook Live. I already got 5,000 followers on Facebook Live and other music sites and different stuff like that. But as far as actually being on the platforms now for real, like I haven't done that. So right now I'm trying to, like you said, what I've been doing is learning to go to different countries, try to learn the different new apps. So
Yeah. Hey, on the chat, Kristen has sent you a link for you to examine some of those things. I don't know if you can see your chat with Google.
Yeah, if not, we can send you an email after this with that information. But yeah, we're putting some resources there for you to also go look at. And I don't want to cut off the conversation, but we do have a few more questions. So
that's fine. Thank you for your help, Logan.
Yes.
Yep, you got it.
Make sure you reach out to Logan. Yeah.
Seriously, message me anywhere. I'll try my best to reply timely.
Can you email me your information, Logan? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Logan.
So does before I ask another question, does anyone else have another business idea that they would like to run by kind of our experts here? You do?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Wait, which
Catherine? Yeah.
Oh, so I might be a little bit over my head right now, since I am actually not even 20 years old yet, but I kind of want to start some kind of animation studio. I was watching this video early. I've actually had an idea like this since I was a sophomore in high school, and I had so I was watching this video earlier today, and it was about, I think it was basically I just watch a lot of videos on the state of the industry, and it just sometimes seems like a lot of things don't get made because there are like these really large corporate structures that basically have so much control over the creators and what gets produced. And I'm like, I want to have my own hang on to my own intellectual property. I'm not so I'm still in the animation program, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I did have this idea that maybe if I could get out a pilot episode and then maybe like a theme song, I could try starting a crowdfunding campaign and see if I can get an online following by doing that.
Any thoughts from our experts on this idea?
Yeah, that sounds awesome, Catherine. This is Claire from the Entrepreneurship Center. We see lots of artists and creative entrepreneurs in the center, and have compiled a good amount of artist resources. So we would love to talk with you more about your animation studio idea. And will put it in the chat again. There's a Business of Being an Artist library guide that you can look through for some additional resources. But I think that, thank you so much for sharing your idea with all of us. And yeah.
Yes, Corey.
I'm going to chime in because I've heard at least 2 people on this call so far saying that they're into music and they make music, which tells me there's probably more than 2. So I'm going to add, if you just reach out to the group, you can probably get a song made.
Collaboration, networking, those are main
like
keys to entrepreneurship.
I'm terrible at I love drawing, but I'm terrible at trying to come up with music.
So collaboration.
Yep,
Yeah,
collaboration.
And this is not animation, but I put in the chat earlier, Grove Studios in Ypsilanti, if you're in that area. You know, they're doing amazing things with very local artists, very local creatives. They just kept going through the pandemic. You know, they've got interviews going, they've got live concerts, very spaced out live concerts. And again, this isn't the animation side of it, but just Ypsilanti has a lot of artists and a lot of great artistic things going on there. And you said, you know, when the corporate kind of overrules everything, but if you really connect with local artists and what's happening, you can find avenues, right, to kind of get with people who are doing interesting things locally, and that can help you kind of build your own repertoire, build your own networks. And I was going to say, about crowdfunding too. Crowdfunding takes a crowd. I mean, that's the point of it, right? You've got to build the crowd and build your skills and build your portfolio and get it out there and build your followers before you crowdfund, because then when you crowdfund, you've got people sharing it and wanting to give and wanting to help you out, and you've got that higher level network of even competitors who will want to help you too. So the more that you connect and the more you actually build your craft or your product or your service toward that day, then you can do that crowdfunding. So I think it's all about networking and connecting and getting together with other people. Even people who might be competitors, you really can help each other.
And I want to give a shout out to our faculty. So in the animation program, if you want to share your idea with the faculty, they may be able to provide resources or groups that they know of that can help you get connected to other people in the industry.
Okay, so I kind of had a question. I have a fashion and lifestyle business currently. And last time, I was in the last webinar, but I was in the one before, and I know I was talking about startup, and you guys did give me some information about just getting started and getting out there, because that's like a really challenging part. And so I am still into doing that, but I am a designer. So I like to do a lot of my stuff personally. There's stuff that I would love to wholesale and get from vendors, but I'm a designer. So I want to, you know, fulfill the needs of people who really want something custom and want something customized. So I'm just kind of working on that and trying to see where to get started with that, as well as I recently decided to go into real estate and wholesaling houses. And that's something else that I'm very interested in. I've been doing a lot of research on, and I'm really ready to start and get into that. Now with my fashion and lifestyle business, I have my LLC, and I'm kind of trying to see, do I need to get a DBA, a LLC, or what should I do to kind of like, so I can work both of them at the same time and not have to be under like my fashion business, because my name kind of doesn't fit where I want to be professionally in the real estate business, you know? And so I'm just trying to get started with that and kind of, and I did have one question for Logan. It's kind of, I'm not Gen Z, but I am into marketing through, you know, my social media sites as well, especially with fashion, because fashion is big with social media. So with doubling down and trying to figure out what social medias I need to use for both of those, as well as where should I go with making my real estate endeavors more professional, DBA, LLC, I'm not sure, you know.
Do you want me to take it real quick from here and then we'll talk about the LLC thing? Cool. Yeah, so for like fashion, I would say a really hot spot right now is TikTok. And I know I might get some people rolling their eyes, but it really is a great platform. I've met, so like the guy who taught me, mainly I haven't used it for my stuff to gain traction, but everybody that I've met through there that I engage with daily, I've met on TikTok. Just because you get to see organic content growth. And there's a couple ways to grow on TikTok that's really popular. There's specific hashtags you can use and also be really niche to, like if you're doing fashion, let's say you're doing shoes, you can use a couple of hashtags like hashtag shoes, hashtag kicks, like all that fun stuff. But TikTok's great because you can engage with people that you would never really see, because YouTube promotes specific content, and even Instagram and Facebook, their organic reach has really declined. So even if you have something that gets shared, you know, 60,000 times, there's still millions of people that aren't going to see it. And then YouTube's another one. I really want to stress YouTube because Google owns YouTube. They know what's getting searched. If you can tap into that search engine optimization of search key terms, stuff like that, you can really put your brand up there. And even running Google ads, spending $5 a day, or I honestly like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram's kind of on the fence for me, but I still like it because you can talk to people directly. But I would say
Logan,
like TikTok
thank
and
you
YouTube.
so much.
Yep.
TikTok is something I'm big on right now. I have been building a pretty decent following. And so that's big. And I definitely want to start YouTube and doing like, you know, lookbooks, especially with different seasons coming up and doing fashion and designing. So I haven't got my feet wet with YouTube. I've been a little nervous, but I definitely want to try it. And just like you said, optimization, I need to definitely look more into that and do my research on that, just so I could, you know, bring my level up as far as, because even making content and you have the followers, you definitely have to know what to put out there to be able to grab the people's attention.
Yep. It's seriously, like, you're on the right path. I would say just go hard on TikTok and YouTube and a little bit of Instagram. Learn what key terms are getting searched the most, and you can really just drive traffic. Even if you're posting every day on TikTok, that's not too much. You know, we don't know how long we have social media, so we might as well use as much as we can.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to interject. Amari, again, we know that you had some other questions, so please reach out to either the Entrepreneurship Center or to Corey, and we can help you answer those questions offline. The discussion was so good today that I didn't get as much time to go over the WCC aspect of everything. But as you can see, this is one of the things that we love doing here at WCC. We love being able to interact with you and have these conversations and provide resources and to help you guys succeed. We do have Kim Dosey on the call. And she is our resident WCC expert. So if you do have any questions about the entrepreneurship program or just being at WCC in general, she's the one to reach out. And Kim, if you want to do just a quick plug for the Entrepreneurship Center, and I do see that you put your information in the chat. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, so I know probably many of the folks here are community members or current students, but if you do, if you're new, if you're looking to apply to WashNut, it's free to apply. wccnet.edu/apply. I'll put that in that chat as well. But any admission questions with transcripts, this sort of thing, feel free to reach out to me. So take my information down from the chat. As you know, we're transferable. We're the highest accreditation in the state of Michigan. We send more people to U of M and MSU than any community college in the state. So definitely you can get a solid foundation here at WCC, as you can see, and continue on. And our articulations for the business options, which entrepreneur under business, many 3-in-1s. So 3 years at WCC, 1 year at a 4-year institution. And I mean, there's more than handfuls of articulation agreements for business. So you can get that 4-year degree for a 4-year institution. So hit me up if you're looking to transfer. I'll point you in the right direction. But also if you just have questions about getting through admissions, getting registered, I'm student services, I'm a face of WashNA. We are so lucky to have WCC in our backyard here and all these amazing faculty. And I just want to connect you. So, and also respect the time that it's 2 o'clock. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for attending.
Yes, thank you again, everyone, for attending. Thank you, Logan, so much. You provided so much information, and we are so lucky to have you along with our other guest speakers. I want to thank the Entrepreneurship Center for helping us for these last 4 weeks. This has been an amazing series. I'm going to be sending out a survey as well as some of the links that we shared today in chat, just so that you have that information available. If you can let us know how we did, we would really appreciate it, but also what else you want to see. So if there are any other topics that you are interested in, we want to know what those are so we can provide you some great content. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you need anything else, please reach out to me. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
See you guys. Thank you again.
Appreciate everybody. Thank
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Thank you,
guys.
everybody.
Anytime.
Stay healthy out there.
Thank you.
Yes, and Logan, I will be contacting you today.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you, Logan.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Yep. Everybody be safe. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you again, Lauren.
Yes.
And Kristen and
Corey,
Corey,
go ahead.
Kim, thank you, everyone. Thank you for all 4 weeks. I appreciate it.